We are Offensive Points, and this is the first Royal Rankings Rumble. Hit it. It is that time, my possum friends, and welcome to the Passel. If it's your first time joining us. Rookies show up to minicamp in 2 days. So the season is right around the corner. We have a fantasy draft coming up this weekend. Very excited about it. Going up to Canton for the Fantasy Football Expo in 2 weeks. So things are really kicking off, guys. How are your Scott Fishbowl drafts doing?
90% there. We actually had some good headway for a while, and then people, I think, kind of just like either gave up or like don't know the players anymore. I don't know what's going on, but it's fun. I have like 6 rounds left or something like that. I like my team. I don't know how it's gonna work out, but we'll see. I love how the rules change every year. That's my favorite part.
Yeah, about the same way. We're on round 17. We've only had one person time out, which I feel like is a major win. And we're, moving quite along here. But I agree, Josh. I think we're in the point where people are just throwing darts and just seeing what sticks. And I guess we'll see. We've only had a few things that have kind of been head scratchers this late in the draft. But all in all, been a pretty fun time. Always love having a good Scott Fishbowl this time of year. But today we are talking Royal Rankings Rumbles. We did all of our division previews. Go back and check them out on the channel if you'd like, or on the podcast feed. You will see all 8 divisions previews that we did in order. Whoops, forgot how many divisions there were for a sec. Yep, we'll fix that in post. Anyway, this time of year, we like to do our rankings. We all three compile individual lists, and then we put them in the computer, and it spits out what our average would be. And our resident reader is Josh. So, Josh, without further ado, if you want to kick us off with the first 12.
Oh, first round. All right. So, Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jamar Chase, Puka Nacua, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Christian McCaffrey at 7, Jonathan Taylor, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, James Cook, and Saquon Barkley to round out the first round.
It's a solid list, boys. I like it.
This is a solid list. Joe?
I think this is the best top 12 I've seen.
Yeah. I agree. No, we're starting with Joe. Joe?
Yeah.
All damn summer, we have been talking about Bijan being number 1. And then this Contrarian over here comes out of nowhere with his Detroit colors on over the Bears jersey, apparently, and decides Jahmyr Gibbs is number 1 on his list. Joe, please, are you just trying to be different? Have we been talking about this for too long and now you're bored? Like, what is it? What is bringing you to say that Jahmyr Gibbs?
He put this on
TikTok. I am bored. But for real, the more I think about this and the more I think about Mr. Kevin Stefanski, my man likes 2 backs, and he went out and got himself a power back in Brian Robinson Jr. Now, I know the 49ers just completely pissed away any option that Brian Robinson Jr. had last year, but I do think he's going to factor into this offense, and he's very talented. So, we could see a situation where I'm not saying Bijan's going to get taken off the field that much during the game, but, why would you run him into the ground that much when you have a Brian Robinson? So, I was just thinking about it, and I said, hey, I think Gibbs has more upside this season. So Jahmyr Gibbs is my number 1 running back.
We talked about this a couple weeks ago, and I don't remember if Joe was here or not. I assume he was. I think we all kind of came to the conclusion that it's this or that, right? It's Bijan or Gibbs. It doesn't really matter. It's one or the other. It's your particular flavor of running back that you'd prefer. They both have new backups coming in who aren't as proven as the previous ones. They both have new coordinators. I don't know about the Falcons. At this point, it doesn't matter. It's 1 and 2. It's 1 and 2. In my opinion, Billy does have Gibbs at 3, which is under Chase. But once again, it's a compliment thing. It's where you want the person. I personally think it's Bijan, Gibbs, Chase, but actually I got Puka above Chase. That's arguable, but
very suspect.
Dude, the first 6 does not matter. Honestly, if I end up with the first 6 picks, I'm actually, if I have the 6th pick, I'm actually the happiest because I know I get one of them, and I don't even have to choose. It just comes to me. It's I got Amon-Ra. Oh, I got JSN. Oh, Puka fell that far. That's cool.
So speaking of Puka real quick, the Alaric Jackson looming suspension has me a little bit concerned about the Rams offense because, like, let's say it's 6 games. That's a huge chunk of the season. The dude's getting suspended and leaving Matthew Stafford's blind side wide open. I don't know who they're going to get to replace him. There are really no good options out here. So a little concerned about the Rams offense as a whole. Hopefully it's only 6 games. It could be more than that.
I mean, that
As they say in football,
You know,
Puka.
the first 6 is a boring conversation when we're talking about a lineman suspension potentially.
Lineman suspension might affect Puka to be number 5 and not number 4.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's
I had
talk
him
about
at 4. It's just a concern that I had, and I missed the pod last week when we talked to Rams, so I was like, maybe we should talk about it now.
We'd said it was built on a house of cards.
Let's talk about the actual shock to round 1. We all have Saquon Barkley relatively high. I was shocked to see Joe with higher Eagles ratings and ex-Eagles ratings with A.J. Brown than me, which was shocking. I thought I was a homer on all of them, but I also believe, so it's hard to say. But Saquon Barkley, I have him at 12, Joe has him at 8, and Billy has him at 18. Any reason from the high and low side for Billy and Joe?
You want to go first, Bill?
Sure. I think this offense it's going to be good. I just don't think it's going to be top 10 good for Saquon. Pretty much it.
That's fair.
I mean, they're going to be a good football team. Well, my bad. I mean, I'm just saying I don't think the point outage from Saquon is going to match what he's done in the past. I think getting him in the late second feels about right. What's crazy, actually, is like I compared mine to other ones after I was done, and they have him even lower than all of us do. They have him in the 20s in like Fantasy Pros and some of the other sites, which I was like, wow, I thought I was being insane, like putting him that low, but it's crazy that other people are even more consistently low. I feel like the output's going to be a little less. The team's still good. They're still going to win a lot of football games. I just like from Saquon, I think we're not going to have a 2,000-yard season per se.
Let me get the middle ground here before we get to Joe, who has him the highest somehow. So Saquon is now doing a lot of passing catch drills. This whole new offense is supposed to have a lot more catching out of the backfield for Saquon, so I think that's why I put him at least where I put him in the 12 spot. And I find it kind of funny that in other people's rankings, wherever, he is like 16, 17, 18, 20, something like that. And this is what we did. He was like 13 or 14 or 15, like right on the cusp of round 1 in 2024 before he had the historic season. And he was being drafted in the first round, like all my drafts at least. Everyone saw through that terrible rating. But I'm just curious to like, okay, if he is ranked 22 going into drafts, where's he actually going to go? Like that's going to be my question. Is he going to go? He's going to go earlier than that. I don't think he makes it through the second round.
No, that's what my thought process.
There's about 17 players that I would at least be like, I guess I'll be fine with that. And then past that, I'm like, no, Saquon is well over them.
Yeah, your league mates are just gonna be staring at their paper and just checking off the board. So he might go in the second, third round. Who knows? But I'm gonna tell you my reasoning on Saquon. The man is 1 year removed from a 2,000-yard rushing season. Josh hit the nail on the head with the receiving work. We got 121 targets up for grabs with A.J. Brown gone. And I'm just going to give you 5 names real quick. Mailata, Dickerson, Lane Johnson, and Juergens. I think this is the best line of any of the running backs going in the first round here.
That's actually a good point. I mean, the line has to stay healthy. That was the problem last year.
Probably true.
Eagles offense had a bad year as a whole, and everyone's just kind of writing them off this year. So.
But what have you done for me lately?
Lots of that.
Again, I'm not writing them off. I'm just saying I think there's just not going to be.
No, I wasn't saying you.
It's 2024.
No,
I wasn't
Billy
saying
thinks he's
you.
a second rounder. It's fine. Let's get into the second round. Let's start off with another Eagle or ex-Eagle. A.J. Brown at 13, Drake London, Ashton Genty, Devon Achane, Brock Bowers, Derrick Henry, Amarion Hampton at 19, Chris Olave, Ken Walker, Trey McBride, Nico Collins, and Chase Brown to finish out the second round. So my biggest thing here is there is a giant dip at 19 where I'm like, man, I don't want these people. Chris Olave, Ken Walker. I'm not don't want these people, but like not great second round value. Like these are all third round guys in my opinion. The third round starts at 19, 20.
Yeah, I mean, well, you're probably going to get like Ken Walker, Chris Olave on the turn because you know someone's taking Josh Allen earlier. You know
That's
someone's going to jump up and take some of these later guys that we have ranked. So I love the value you're getting on like a Chris Olave, Ken Walker, Hampton. That's kind of like the sweet spot if you can
oh, I
get
like
that
Hampton.
turn
That's where
pick
my
right
cut
there.
is.
Yeah.
I like my reasoning for putting Chris Olave at 17, and I've seen a lot of discourse on Twitter going into this offseason is like, well, last year everybody was saying he was one concussion away. I mean, we were definitely parodying that on this podcast. That he's just one away from having, not being able to play football anymore. And now we're all boosting him up into the second round. I just feel like I trust the offense, trust what they've got going. The historic season that the Eagles had, the head coach is the guy that was the architect of that. So I just feel like this offense is going to be good this year with Shuck. I don't think they're going to be playing for anything particular like all postseason. I just feel like we're going to get some good old fashioned fantasy numbers. We're going to be in some shootouts here. This defense is old as balls, and I feel like we're just going to have to throw the ball a lot. And I just feel like this is an Olave big year, Jordan Tyson big year. I feel like even Etienne's in for some good stuff, and they just restructured Kamara's contract so he can stay there, which I don't love, but at the same time, even he can get involved. Like that's fine. And I just feel like this is going to be a good squad this year.
I feel like
Points
my
abound.
problem isn't with the injuries for Olave anymore. I mean, yeah, obviously it sucks, but anyone could be injured in a season like immediately, just broken leg or something along those lines. So yeah, concussion's a little scary. My problem, and I have him ranked the lowest at 27, is that we did add another elite receiver, I should say, in Jordan Tyson. And we've seen this before where it works out really well, where it's like some shadow coverage, some extra coverage goes a different way. I'm more worried that like there's not enough like targets, like or not targets, but like quality targets to go around. Like I think this is going to hurt Olave in the long run. I think we're looking at like 8 to 9 targets instead of the 12 to 13 we were seeing at the end there, where it was just literally chuck it to Olave was the game plan. And I think it helped that this offense wasn't anything that anyone was scared of or anything. Now they're going to be preparing for Olave. They're going to be preparing for Tyson. They're going to be preparing for Shuck. I think this team will be fun and will be good, but I think it's going to be inconsistent at best. That's my problem with Olave. That's why I don't personally want to draft him in the second round at least.
It's a fair thought. I can see both sides of the argument. I think that, when you look at last year, they had Brandon Cooks, Rashid Shaheed, who isn't even on the team. Devon Vele had like 125 targets between them, and Chris Olave still had 156. So even if Tyson comes in and gets 100 targets off the bat, I don't think we see that much of a dip coming from Olave. So even if he's getting 140 targets, 135 targets, I'll take that at the back end of the second all the time. On a team that's going to be throwing because that defense is old.
Old, not even bad, just old.
Just old.
I don't know. It really just doesn't excite me. I'm not like, oh fuck yeah, I got Chris Olave on my team after getting Bijan or Gibbs. Like that's my starting two. I'm just like, eh.
Here is my just prepare for this. It's Cowboys Light from last season. It's not the full version. You're not going to get the good quality. You don't have a good quality CeeDee Lamb on this team, but you have the light version. You don't have a quality good Javonte Williams. You have the Travis Etienne version.
I think Etienne and Javonte are a lot closer in skill level.
Probably so, but you don't have George Pickens. You have Jordan Tyson. It's the light version, and even the light version of that could spell for some good things.
I feel like another issue I have here is he finished wide receiver 6 last year, and that's all fine and dandy. But wide receiver was so bad last year that he finished with 1,100 yards as wide receiver 6. Like, I'm not excited about that. Yes, he had some high touchdowns, which is nice, but I'm not excited about 1,100 yards in the second round. I want 12 or more, or 13. Like, I know, I'm
just excited about that.
Poor man
156
begging for some
points. 156 free PPR points. That's what I love.
Well, 100. He only caught 100 of them.
Oh, targets were there.
If you get points for target, then yes, absolutely. All right. Anyway, we talked about Chris Olave enough. Rue, you should be happy. Do you want to get into the third round, or we got any other weird ones up here? I feel like this is pretty standard at the moment.
It is. I mean, the only thing is Ken Walker we're pretty far apart on, and the one side of the coin with the Chiefs is that Ken Walker is going to get all the carries because Patrick Mahomes is either not going to be there or he's going to be severely like hamstrung, no pun intended. But like he's going to be not his full self. The other hand is like, well, that is all they have. So if they just load up and stop Ken Walker, then is this offense even going to be good at all? And my thought is like, I don't know if I would take him at 19. 27 might be too behind. I don't know. Maybe 23 is where he needs to be in the middle there.
I don't know. I just see Ken Walker coming in there. I mean, Andy Reid even admitted that like this run game was just killed him last season before Mahomes' injury. They didn't have anything. So they went out, they got a guy. We've seen these running backs just be historic underneath Andy Reid. Not so much in Kansas City, but Pacheco was pretty good. And I don't think Pacheco is anywhere near as talented as Ken Walker. So
True.
Ken Walker is one of the big reasons I'm lower on Rashee Rice this year, because we've been saying like that run game, Rashee Rice was the extension of that run game. 1, he has the legal troubles. 2, he has the injuries. And 3 is Ken Walker, who I assume is going to eat up a lot of that work in the short routes there. So
he doesn't have the injuries. Patrick Mahomes took him out. It wasn't his fault. Fair enough.
No, Rashee Rice, but he's still recovering from it. I mean, it was a good.
I'm just saying, Mahomes took him out. It's not like he's an injury concern.
The only question with Ken Walker is, will he stay healthy? That's my only concern.
I think Ken Walker will stay healthy during that first run, and I think that's what you're drafting him as. I think you're drafting him for those first, hopefully, easy 5-6 wins that you get in the early round, just because I feel like that's got to be the game plan, right? Hey, we're starting Justin Fields for a couple of games. We're starting injured Patrick Mahomes. We want to like level this slowly. Ken Walker's getting 20 touches a game, and you're hoping that you get 15 to 20 points a game. So whether he stays healthy or not is one thing, but that's when you go get yourself a handcuff and figure out who the backup guy is, because he's not going drafted, I imagine. The rookie or whoever's left there.
DeMercado, man. He seems to be the backup.
They do like him, but that's usually more of an injury thing. You got to wait for like 3 injuries for DeMercado to come in.
You say he's getting all the backup pass catching work. That seems to be his job. So like Jerick McKinnon.
I'm always a big. That's true. I'm always a big fan of getting off to like a 7-1, 8-0 start and then completely collapsing. That's a big fan of mine, and I feel like me having Ken Walker will lead to something like that.
It seems like Ken Walker should be on your team. We'll make sure you draft him.
No kidding. He'll probably end up on my team.
All right, I don't think really any other shocks here. I think we're a little off and on. I think Billy has Hampton higher than everyone else, but it's like, sure, man. I think it's just flavors at this point. I think everything averages out nicely so far. All right, let's get into the third round, because I think this is where things start getting a little hairy. All right, so our first quarterback off the board is Josh Allen, shocker. George Pickens, Devontae Smith, Rashee Rice, Jeremiah Love, T. Higgins at 30, Garrett Wilson, Malik Neighbors, Tet McMillan, Javonte Williams, Kyron Williams, and Egmika Ekbuka to round out the third round.
I love the Devonta Smith, man. We were across the board on that.
Dude, I was shocked, by the way. I thought when I just saw Joe's first. I hadn't seen Billy's yet. He was a little late to put them in. No hostility here. But I was shocked to see, one point higher. But I was like, who else would I really want here? We got the injured or suspended Rashee Rice, the second fiddle to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, Garrett Wilson with Geno Smith, Malik Neighbors, who's injured, and then Tet McMillan. Like, I want Devontae Smith. Like, give me him. I actually have him one over George Pickens as well. I think that might be a bold take of mine. I think I'm the only one who did that. Oh, no. Joe did too, actually.
I did it too.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about just having the wide receiver one here. We don't know what Mekhi Lemon is. I would love to say that he's going to come in and replace a giant portion of A.J. Brown's work. We don't know that yet. We've seen Jalen Reagor get drafted to this team. We've seen some real rough J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Not saying that this is that, but we got to see it in action first. I was stoked when they drafted him. Now I want to see it on the field. So.
Yeah, we saw a lot of those like short balls go to AJ Brown last year, but we also saw some bombs go to AJ Brown. And if we can get those going to Devonta Smith, he could finish as a wide receiver one, no problem. So I love
Devontae. Actually, Devontae and AJ ran the exact same route tree, dude. It was the same thing. Yeah. It was their little curl hitch that they did where they loop around the corner, and then they did the deep balls as well. I mean, honestly, I think Devontae did the deep balls better than AJ. Yeah. AJ was bigger, more of the jump ball character, but Devontae is so good at separation for being as tiny as he is.
Well, I didn't put him that much lower, but my concern remains the same. I just don't know what this offense is going to look like. I think they're going to be good, but not great.
We don't need to keep talking bad about the Eagles. We get it. You're
Okay.
I'm glad you're off the bandwagon, honestly. All right, Joe.
Sure.
Give us the spiel that you give every podcast.
Which one?
Number
Just
32.
keep it short.
I see two of them that you have me highlight.
Yeah, number
well, the
32,
Malik
we'll get
Neighbors
to the
one.
next one.
Malik
Okay.
Neighbors.
Malik Neighbors is an absolute elite talent. He's
going to
probably
play in week 8.
Dude, they're saying he's going to be ready for training camp. Like,
there's just no way that's going to happen.
He's coming on.
Okay,
He's coming on
read
this one,
Wishful
at least.
thinking.
okay. I see that you guys love
Watch
the Twitter
tape? Were you about to call it watch
the
tape?
fantasy chiropractors. No,
Watch the tape
I was saying
on his injury.
listen to the fantasy
about to watch tape
chiropractors,
on
dude.
his ass.
It's fine. It's fine. Their firms clearly aren't that busy. They're not that good at chiropractic. They have the time to analyze these fucking injuries out here. So, no, if the team is going to let Malik Neighbors participate in dodgeball and softball in the offseason in that celebrity event, and like everyone was like, oh, he was favoring the wrong leg. I mean, like, dude, why is he going to run? Why is he going to try? Like, he's rehabbing from an injury. He was still out there, and they're saying that him and Scadaboo are going to be ready for training camp.
Two things. I think
I don't know.
that the New York Giants might have the worst medical team, besides maybe the Tampa Bay Bucks, who don't know how to put someone on the IR. You got Neighbors out here running around playing dodgeball, and you got Scadaboo doing backflips. I know you can't tame that man. He seems like a wild one, but you got to be looking at this and just going, dude, what? Why would you do that? Like, both of those things. I understand that, sure, Neighbors was probably medically cleared to do it at the very least, but at the end of the day, we're missing some time. We're missing some beat. We're missing some step. He's not going to pop in here and be a wide receiver 2, even for that matter, but I'm sure you wanted to rank him higher. Put him at 20.
I did.
That's low.
I did.
Fireball bet,
It killed
Joe.
me.
He begins the season on the pup.
Okay. Take that all day.
Second
Easy.
fireball bet that he doesn't get 1,000 yards this season.
Easy. Take it.
Cool. To be fair, he actually could do that in 12 games. All right, anyway, let's talk about the next one. Tet McMillan, me and Billy both have him at 30, 29, and Joe has him at 48, surprisingly enough. Been a big Tet supporter. Sorry to put you on the spot twice in a row, but they are right in a row, so I need to know.
Very good. I do like Tet McMillan. It's not a question of Tet McMillan. It is a question of Bryce Young, who through 46 games into his career has 8 passing games over 225 yards. It's crazy. Tet last year, 2 100-yard receiving games. We'll call it 3 since he had 99 in one of them. 4 top 15 finishes. Only 2 of those were in the top 12 or what we consider a wide receiver 1. He had 122 targets last year. I don't think we can really expect that number to increase in this offense, especially with them adding Brazel with the healthy Coker. They have big plans for Leggett in there, and if Brooks comes back, he's going to eat up some passes too. So I think that Tet is Tet, and until we get a new quarterback in Carolina or he goes somewhere else, he is going to be a Cortland Sutton type player for you, which is not something, because I'm seeing a lot of people being like, hey, Tet's going to be the wide receiver. He's going to be a wide receiver 1 this year. He's going to be a top 15.
He's in like everyone's breakout candidate.
Yeah. And I
which
just
is,
like, we just dove into the Panthers. I did all of this, dude. Bryce Young does not pass the ball enough to sustain an alpha wide receiver, which is what Tet is. So not a question of Tet. It's a question of Bryce Young. And I just think right now he's going to be a Cortland Sutton his entire career until he's out of it. So yeah, that's where I'm at with Tet.
You know, I don't even hate what you're saying. I think you're correct about, to see Tet go forward, we're going to need to see Bryce take a step forward as well. Like, it can't just be Tet will be the piggyback of Bryce Young. I will say what we've seen from Bryce Young late in seasons has been good. Like, I mean, he was benched last year and he came back out and with a fiery vengeance. Hopefully he still has that same mentality. I think these first round picks, the number 1 picks of the draft, kind of have a chip on their shoulder of, I am the best. That's why I'm here. I'm irreplaceable. But when you play bad, you can be replaced. So I don't hate it. I think he's a little higher than 48, but this wide receiver area gets a little hairy at some point. So
I just couldn't disagree more with you, Joe, but that's just is what it is. I feel like Tet's rookie season was better than anything Cortland Sutton's done in his entire career. Like, maybe there's one year where they were like maybe Cortland was, maybe it was even last year where he was like slightly above. But like year one, he is base level Cortland Sutton. I just feel like he can only get better. But fair enough.
I mean, it wasn't like a direct comparison. I'm just like, I'm talking about a guy who's the wide receiver one on a shitty offense.
I'm just comparing like the points. Like they're very close. Like he's very close to what Cortland Sutton has been.
You did say it. Don't backtrack, Joe.
In year one.
Don't backtrack, Joe. You said it. Live by it.
Oh, I'll live by it 100%. I mean,
the thing I will agree though with what you're saying, Joe, is like that could mean he is probably like the 30 or 40th best player in the league. Like that is what that could mean if he just matches what Cortland Sutton's done. I just feel like he's only going to get better from here. Maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, he finished as wide receiver 16. He was 56 overall. I mean, we've got him at wide receiver 17, so it's kind of appropriately priced.
I was gonna say, I think the average actually worked out a lot better in favor, although neighbors still should be lower, but that's fine.
All right.
All
First
right.
round.
All right, we done with this third round, or do you guys got any other tidbits you guys want to talk about? No,
we're good.
No,
I think we're good.
Bueller?
I mean, okay, Jeremiah Love's a little weird for Joe, but I mean, we kind of, without Joe being here, kind of went over the thing last week about that, so we don't need to necessarily backtrack.
Yeah, Joe has a few people in the 20s that should be in the 30s, but you know, it's fine. That's fine. That's
Brees Hall had 95 receptions with Nathaniel Hackett in 2023.
Okay,
Jeremiah Love. That's what he does.
Joe,
what he does.
Your favorite things are, and it's not a bad thing. I mean, it's better than other people like actually use their brains and be like, oh, whatever. You always love the catches vacated and coordinators coming in or out. You know,
I do.
So, without that coordinator, everything falls to pieces.
I do like the coordinators sometimes. Depends on the coordinator.
Yeah, if it's Mike McDaniel, you just love that coordinator. All right, anyway, fourth round. I know you love a couple coordinators. It's fine. I don't like coordinators. We don't do that in Philly. Anyway, fourth round, Lamar Jackson starts us off. Zay Flowers, Brees Hall, Colston Loveland, Travis Etienne, Quinshon Judkins at 42, Ladd McConkey, Drake May, Terry McLaurin, Joe Burrow, Josh Jacobs, and Luther Burden at 48.
I mean, I just feel like we're going to go back to Joe about Travis Etienne. You have him at 21, and
so 20.
We both have him in the 40s. I guess I might be actually closer to Joe's thought process there, but I don't know. Once I saw the Kamara thing, I was just like,
I actually think I have him ranked too highly as Travis Etienne at the moment. And this is no shade. This is no shade. Like, this is great to pick up in Dynasty. Like, Travis Etienne is a target in Dynasty because he is the future here. We are signed for multiple years, and eventually some of these running backs will leave. I don't know when. Now, if Kamara gets traded tomorrow, then this all changes, and he vaults up like 15 spots. So there might be some smoke to what Joe has here. He does think Kamara is going to leave. I don't. Kamara said he wants to be a Saint for life, and I don't think he has any issue with Etienne being there. So I think it's going to be murky. This team, I'm not excited about this team. It's a cluster fucking running back and wide receiver, and I just don't really want it. If I get him, sure, whatever. Like, if it falls to me, but I'm not going to reach for these people. Definitely not at 21.
I am excited for this team, and I think this entire offense is going to run through Travis Etienne. That's his name, right? Etienne?
Technically, yeah. Say it, yeah.
Stupid. It's Travis Etienne. That's what I will always call him. But I mean, dude, this contract is absolutely massive. Kamara is not happy. He signed the restructure, but all of the interviews he has been like, fuck this, basically. He's not happy to be there. I don't know what's going on, but this team brought in Travis Etienne to be the RB1 on this team. We'll see what we get out of Kamara, but I mean, we'll see. I just don't think Kamara, even if he stays, is going to get a massive workload, where I do think Travis Etienne is going to get the workload that he's being paid for. So I'm just following the money here. And I think he's a fantastic RB2, and I'm not afraid for him to be my RB1 either.
I'm great for a late RB2, but yeah, that's fine.
I have a bold prediction based off of Joe's Travis Etienne ranking. I think Joe's Kings Classic team is going to be Saquon Barkley, Malik Neighbors, and Travis Etienne. That's your first three picks, Joe. I have a
It
strong
probably
feeling.
will be, honestly.
Maybe like a
I
defensive
have,
player first
I
round.
have
Too.
a strong feeling that those are going to be the guys to your comment because
Those
everyone else
14
is
teamers,
ranking.
man, they go quick. All the talent goes quick. So,
I
yeah, I
know.
will be taking
I just
neighbors wherever I
feel
can.
like I can see that coming from a mile away. That's what your team's going to look like.
Yep. Oh, I'd be so psyched if that was my start. That'd be great.
I know. It seems like the Joe Wiggins start. Also,
I'll make up
the
wide
draft we're
receiver
doing this
production
weekend, I
for.
can also see that.
That's true. We'll see what happens. But at the moment, I will say I do like how we relatively all agree on the order of operations of quarterbacks. So Josh Allen, number 1, and all in this round, Lamar Jackson, Drake May, and Joe Burrow. I actually had Joe Burrow above Drake May. Shocker, shocker. But it's not like we all didn't have them all semi-close anyway. But like we're all in agreement there. There's no like, oh, dude, come on, it's Jaden Daniels over all these guys or something, you know?
Yeah, I did
I
the
do like
bunching method this year where I put like when I ranked them, I did Lamar Jackson 36, Drake May 37, Joe Burrow 38. Then I jumped down and we get to quarterbacks later where I put them together. I just like the bunch because I feel like that's how they go in drafts. They go in bunches.
It
That's
really
kind of a
is.
good way when you enter your drafts to tier your quarterbacks and just know what your quarterback tiers are. And then, like, when you see your tiers go, like, I'm cool. I've always been like a later quarterback guy. I tried to get early quarterbacks last year and it fucked me. So I'm back to going late quarterback. But I have my tiers, and that's like, oh, this guy went. So I'm going to sit here and take the next guy I had on this tier, and I'll be very happy with where that goes. So good point, Bill. I like how that works.
That's kind of how I've always naturally done it. I group, like, especially in like a long dynasty draft or even just a long redraft draft, I'll sit there and I'll be like, I got these 3 running backs here that I'm thinking about. They're later. I don't need to worry about them right now. But once one of them starts to go, I'm gonna start getting nervous and I'm gonna panic pick one of these 3. Like, I'm always prepping for the future, and I feel like I get the logic there. This is a great tier. I would say that this is the tier: Lamar Jackson, Drake May, Joe Burrow, and then we got our next tier, which we'll get to in a bit. But it's Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams. Weird that Jalen Hurts isn't ranked QB 17 here, but that's real.
Can we talk about how nuclear Terry McLaurin is going to go this year? Just since we're here on this.
Yeah.
one.
Oh, dude. I always love these fall offs, right? Because like getting Terry McLaurin in late 4th, early 5th round just seems so fake.
Yeah, dude. I've done so many drafts this year, and I always see Terry going even later than this, and it's just like, man, this is an absolute steal for a guy who the coach said wants to get 150 targets this year. So we could be a late bloomer and have his true alpha year at age 31. That'd be crazy.
I noticed outside of the top 15, it really is like tiers. Like we got the tier of running backs, Genty, Achane, Henry, yada yada. Then we have the tier of wide receivers: George Pickens, Devontae Smith, Rashee Rice, T. Higgins, and of course there's some mix-ins. And then the tier of running backs, which is Javonte Kyron, Breece Hall, Travis Etienne, Judkins. And then there's like this next tier of wide receivers, and I think these are some of the most important picks you're going to make here. It's just the 4th, 5th round, third through 5th round, really. Like everyone always focuses on the first 2. I don't think you really can miss. I mean, obviously you can. Things happen, but mostly it's these rounds that make the most sense to hit and win your league, essentially.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
I'm going to steer the direction or the conversation to the Bears real quick. We do have Luther Burden at 48. We kind of were talking about in our previews, like, I wonder how we're going to rank these guys. Well, we all decided we are all definitely on Burden and we're not on Odunze. Do you guys have any other specific reasons for that, or is it this weird like medical report that's out there that's not supposed to affect Odunze, but did that factor in at all, or were you all just like, I'm Luther Burden's the guy?
Not for me. I actually ranked him 4 apart, so I did have Burden higher, but you guys are the driving factor of having Burden up here and Odunze lower. I would have them right in the same category because I think that's where we're going to get. I think we're going to have a 1A, 1B situation. Now, Burden, I think the reason I ranked him 4 above would probably just be because of the explosive plays and what we saw in the playoffs even with him. He's coming off hot. Rome's coming in cold after, his hot start. Yeah, the injury doesn't help anything either, but I think it's got to be. I mean, without DJ Moore there, Joe, I don't know how many targets are vacated, but it's got to be a lot. So
86.
we got to split these between the 3, Loveland, and they're all going right here, in my opinion. Like, you're getting all of these guys right in this little category. So the good news is you're only drafting one of them, so it's actually kind of nice that they all line up in the same area.
No, it is. It is cool. One of these guys is going to pop and just have an incredible year. I was pretty critical of Luther Burden. I did think it was going to. I was team Adunze at first, just because everyone's like freaking out about that San Francisco game the Bears played last year, where there was no defense played whatsoever, and Burden just had a colossal year. But Josh is right. I mean, the reason I like Burden is because of the absolutely untapped upside. This is just like. This dude could single-handedly win you your league if he does hit, and all the tools are there for him to hit. The other thing, which finally got me over to Team Burden, is listening to the way Ben Johnson talks about this dude. He's his wubby. He's his little baby, his blankie that he needs a light. He loves Luther Burden. And I think we all thought Luther Burden was going to be a top 15 pick in the NFL draft, and that didn't happen. He fell to the second round. So, I mean, the talent's there, and the coach just absolutely loves him. So I'm going to go Burden and just swing for the fences with that pick.
I think I'm just taking whoever falls to me. Like, however, say I have the, 12th pick or whatever it ends up here, where I get the 48th pick, and Burden's just sitting there. Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to take him. But if I had the 6th and I grabbed Terry McLaurin or Josh Jacobs or something, and then I get the next batch and he goes in that little 12-round session in between me, I'm okay with it, Dunze. I don't think you really lose either way. I think we're getting wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2 fringe for both of them at like really discounted rates. We're looking at wide receiver 2, and it's because of the unknown. Now next year there is going to probably be a gap just because someone got more touchdowns or someone got more targets or someone got more deep plays. So I think this is the question mark, and I don't think you lose here like either way.
Yeah. The problem with Burden is there's always someone that's going to snag him. I mean, he's the hot name this year. He's along the lines of like a Tootin, Parker Washington, something. You're never going to get those guys at your value where you have them because someone's going to take them early trying to be cute. And I think Burden's in that same bucket there.
I agree. I just feel like everybody's waiting for Burden to be Amon-Ra St. Brown for Ben Johnson, and we may never even get there. We may not even get close, but like just the thought that we're going to get there, just the anticipation that I'm going to get on this guy first because the guy behind me doesn't know who this is. Like that's just going to be always hanging over Luther Burden as long as he's playing and going into the season. It's just going to be like, well, Ben Johnson hasn't found his Amon-Ra St. Brown, so who's it going to be? It's more chance that it's Burden than it is Odunze. And I just feel like that's just how it's going to be for a while.
I honestly, I don't think he's Amon-Ra. I think he's Jameson Williams, and I think Odunze could be Mike Evans. Like I think we're looking at this wrong and thinking like, oh, he needs to have this elite dude. He's got 2 elite dudes. Like hopefully neither one of them are sniveling over targets or yardage like we saw with AJ Brown. Like this could be an amazing duo. It could be ugly for fantasy, and Burden could have a huge game, and Odunze could have a huge game the next week. But like. This could be great for Chicago and actually be the first, 4,000-yard passer we've seen, the first Super Bowl since '85 that we've seen. Like this could be historic for Chicago and somehow break the Madden curse on top of it, Caleb. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see.
It would be sweet.
That'd be fun. Yeah. Plus a Mizzou guy. Who would have thought? Haven't had one since Jeremy Maclin.
They always seem to have a good wide receiver coming in and out, though.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think we've rounded out round 4 pretty good, and we're going to get sweaty here with the round 5 picks. Mike Evans to start us off, Devontae Adams, Cam Scadaboo, DJ Moore, Jameson Williams, Bucky Irving, Jalen Waddle at 55, Tyler Warren, Jalen Hurts, Rome Odunze, DeAndre Swift, and David Montgomery. All right, I'm going to start this off with nothing argumentative. This is the death of running backs right here. We have a couple more in the next round. But this cutoff at round 6 seems earlier than we've ever had. I don't know if it's because we don't really have that like 3 or 4 running back competitions like we used to have. I feel like everything's pretty clear cut. Like this is a committee. This isn't a committee. This is one guy. We are running out of running backs. So get your running backs early, PSA, or at least a couple of them.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. You do not want to be taking a running back in this round. You might want to wait until the next round where there's a little bit more of a upside question mark. And we'll get to that when we get to the next round. But this
I'm not upset
one
about a single running back in this round. Cam Scatterby,
Yeah, but
Bucky Irving,
Bucky,
DeAndre
you have a
Swift,
question mark. Scatterby,
Yeah, Bucky
he's coming back from
not a
injury.
question mark for round 5. Not a question mark for round 5. I think he can
Still a
surpass.
question mark for round 5.
I think he can surpass round 5 value any day. I think he is undervalued because of what happened last year, which is great for drafters and for those people who are desperate for
Well, the problem is they brought in a guy. Like, if they would have just left it alone and it just been
They
Sean
brought
Tucker.
in Kenneth Gainwell, guys. We need to stop acting like this is like the sky is
Kenneth
falling.
Gainwell
Kenneth
meant something to
Gainwell.
Pittsburgh last year.
Yeah, and Pittsburgh sucked, dude. Like at the end of the day, like, oh cool, they had a good running back duo with Kenneth Gainwell and Jalen Warren. That doesn't mean it's going to translate to other success. Doesn't mean it's going to take Bucky's workload. Like, calm down. Bucky's a fine 5th round pick.
I don't know about all that, but okay.
I will say I like Bucky Irving, but a lot of what he did was awesome receiving work, and Kenneth Gainwell is an awesome receiver in his own right. So it's going to be up and down for Bucky this year.
So is Bucky just not going to see the field then? Like, how is he not going to be able to like catch the ball?
I said it's going to be up and down. It's going to be up and down. It's just going to be.
There'll be some big games, and then there will be 8-point games.
Before the injury last year, 15, 18, 15, 25. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
And he had 2
That's-
guys behind
it
him that everyone
changed
kept
things.
saying, we're going to take his job. Rashad White's so good. Sean Tucker's so good. Like, it's Bucky. It's Bucky. Let's calm down. He got injured last year.
I think last year
They
Bucky got
mismanaged
the
it.
chance to be the guy that was going to get, 22, 21 points a game. He was getting drafted dang near 3rd round. And then he got
Same
injured.
running backs.
And we have now question marks about him. Like, I know I
Okay.
do.
Is Kenneth Gainwell
Everybody
better
got
than
burned
Rashad
by
White?
Bucky last year.
Yeah, because of the injury, not because of his talent.
He's better at a different thing, yes. He's better pass catcher.
He's better than Rashad White. Yeah.
Well,
And a better
okay.
runner.
So okay,
Might
guys.
not be true.
What
I don't
kind
know.
of stats do we think Kenneth Gainwell ends up with at the end of the year? Like, what is your guys' projections for Kenneth Gainwell? Just
I have him
final
on my top
stats.
100.
500 yards,
Josie's this
700,
Josie's like a
1,000.
60-40 split. I mean, probably at least 40 to 50 catches. I mean, I think he's
Okay.
going to take a bulk of the receiving work.
He
Okay,
had
40,
73
50
catches last year.
Yeah,
Okay,
like
how
I
many,
definitely see him.
How many yards? How many touchdowns?
I don't see any way he can't replicate what he did with Pittsburgh last year.
Okay, so he ends up with how many?
500 rushing, 400 receiving,
So 900 yards. Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
8 touchdowns,
All right,
73
I'll fireball
catches.
bet that he doesn't get within 100 of those yards. 800 yards total.
Okay, I'll take it.
All right, then.
I'm either going to be real drunk or real sober whenever we pay these up.
800 yards.
I think everyone's overreacting on
I think it's
Bucky
sober.
Irving. I can understand being pissed off about the injury situation and how Tampa Bay handled that 100%. But I don't want people questioning Bucky's talent. And there's nothing lingering here.
I'm questioning his mental health because those reports that came out on him last year were not
Lingering.
good.
That is lingering.
He'll be fine. Unless he Calvin Ridley's. All right.
Rub
Anyway,
some dirt on it,
on
kid.
rub some dirt on it. You'll
Yep,
be all right.
exactly.
You're a fucking good running back. Go out there and play football. Have fun. All right, Joe, I do want to talk about Cam Scatterby and why you have him at 39. Me and Billy both have him at 53 and 54. I hate that I'm not the obscure one. I feel like I'm in agreement with one of you on everything.
You guys keep
But-
yelling at me. I don't like it.
I want to yell at Joe. Why? What are you doing with Scatterby, man?
Because
Joe's an
Scatterby was
independent
on.
thinker.
Scatterby was on an all-time tear last year before the injury, and then he got injured, and then they just didn't bring anybody in, even with the new coach. I mean, the John Harbaugh thing concerned me. I was like, uh-oh, they're not going to rely on Scatterby. And then reports are he's going to be perfectly healthy going into camp. And I like Tyrone Tracy a lot, but I just think Cam Scatterby is he's going to give you 3-down back workload, which you're not getting from anybody else underneath this tier. So I will take, except David Montgomery, I should say. But give me Cam Scatterby all day.
Billy, do you have any thoughts on Cam Scatterby?
Not really, other than he's going to get hurt. I mean, he hasn't even gotten the injury that we expect him to get. That's the worst part of Cam.
That's because they
Scatterby.
didn't
Like,
report it.
They can't tell.
Exactly.
That's the
They
problem.
He can't tell because when he's like
He beats
gurgling
all
and
the guys.
bubbling at the mouth, like nobody's like, well, that's just Cam. Like that's just how he is. I don't know. He's chewing on a piece of bark. What's going on with that? I don't know. That's just how he is. But yeah, he hasn't even gotten to the injuries that he's going to get. So I'm just like, this is a risk reward situation here. That's why I have him in the middle, because you need a plan in case this doesn't go well.
All right,
He's like the perfect RB3.
Yeah, seriously, he is.
RB3, but you're not drafting 3 running backs before him.
Okay, here's my thing with Cam Scatterby. I would be totally fine if he was my RB2. Definitely not RB1 because of the concern there. But he'd be an awesome RB2. But if you start off with, like, I don't know, let's go say you go James Cook and then you get fucking Ashton Genty or something. You draft a couple wide receivers, then you hit Cam Scatterby. And if he hits and he gets that 3-down workload, like I think he's going to get, and he's healthy all year, you just won your league.
All right,
Joe. The problem is, Joe. That is where me and Josh are drafting him. You are drafting him at 39, and that is early. I don't even know how you're going to get him at that point. The beginning of the fourth. Not sure how you get him
unless you draft 2 running backs ahead of him, that leaves you 3 running backs and maybe a wide receiver. All right. Anyway, I want to burst everyone's bubble on Cam Scatterby. It's not that he's bad and it's not that he's good. It's that he's fun. Like nobody is worried about his stats. They're just like, he runs so hard. It's so fun. He's actually okay at the end of the day. I think it's his grit and determination that's going to keep him in this league and keep him fun for football's sake. But dude, I gotta just go ahead and say it. He's running behind one of the best offensive lines, and he's still only getting 4 yards per carry. And he was getting 20 plus rushes a game.
4 yards is okay, by the way.
4 yards is
it's
okay.
Also the receiving.
Not if you're running back 3 or like running back 2. Like this is running back 3 territory at the end of the day. Like this is the 25th, 26th best running back on the field. Like we're not.
Rashad White had 200 yards running 3 at a time. So I think if he can do it, anybody can do it.
I'm not saying he can't do it just because of sheer quantity.
As hell,
he can do it from sheer quantity. Like if he can handle 25 carries.
You know who he had 5 yards to carry against?
Oh, he killed the Eagles. Yeah, that was kind of his breakout, honestly.
He did. I know that was devastating. It was a Thursday night football game. I remember that.
No, I like Scatterby. I think he's super fun. I just don't think. I think he's going to be overdrafted. Honestly, I think there's going to be.
The problem is they didn't bring anybody in. So there's no one on this roster that scares anybody.
Well,
nobody cares about Singletary or Tyrone. Ooh, what? Even when he got hurt, he wasn't the guy. They didn't trust Tracy out there. Why would he be a fear?
Tracy had a pretty good season last year. I guess it was after Scatterby got injured, to be fair.
Not only
my whole thing was Scatterby.
He did not win anybody any leagues, that's for sure. Tyrone Tracy.
He had like several decent games, but yeah, it wasn't consistent for sure. But I like Tyrone Tracy. That team kind of also caved in on itself at the end, so it wasn't really like Tracy's fault. My whole
thing with Scatterby is everyone is high on everyone on this team. Isaiah Likely is everyone's talking about, Malachi Fields. There's the case to be made for Darnell Mooney. They brought in 17 aged wide receivers.
People
you got neighbors
Jackson
there.
Dart, dude.
Love Jackson Dart, but we're just going to shit on the starting running back on this team? Like, I don't.
I'm not shitting on him. I think people are
I know.
I think he's fun. I think he's fun.
I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying that I'm totally fine taking him in the 4th round. That's awesome.
Well, guess what, Joe? We're taking him in the 5th. How about that?
Thanks to you guys.
And that's about where he should be. If anything, I think he should be lower than even guys like Swift
that's
and
what
Montgomery.
We're arguing between 4.
We know Montgomery. I want to go to Montgomery, and we all ranked him low. I don't think there's any 6 variations off of it. We rank Montgomery so low every year. People hate David Montgomery, and I don't understand it. He's just as interesting as Cam Scatterby. Maybe he doesn't scream at the camera enough, but I'm curious to see what Montgomery can do this year. I think this might be his, I don't want to say come out party, but I think he's going to be well overdrafted next year. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, they came out and said it. Said he was going to get everything. So,
yeah.
Are we in the 6th round now for timestamp purposes?
We're in the 5th. We're still in the 5th. This is the last pick of the 5th round. And no, this offense is going to stink, and I'm good. I'm just good with it.
Houston?
I'm out on CJ Stroud. Yeah, their O-line sucks. CJ Stroud sucks. I can't do this. No.
I think Houston's actually going to be fine this year, but I don't think they're going to be great.
Their defense is elite, and if they can figure anything out on offense that even replicates something.
That's where insert David Montgomery. They stunk last year because they didn't have a running game, dude. Woody Marks and I don't even know what else.
CJ Stroud stunk last year.
Well, yeah, because you don't have a running game. If you can have a running back go out there and actually run the ball 18 times in a game and not like get 20 yards on it, that helps a lot to get the passing game going.
Are we sure David Montgomery can do that? We're sure that he can do that.
We've seen it.
We did it.
I love Montgomery this year.
Did it with a good O-line in Detroit at the time. They're not good now.
He
but
did
they
it
were
with
at
the
the
bad
time.
O-line in Chicago.
Okay, back when he was
how
a
was Chicago's O-line at that time? I don't remember.
not good.
Terrible.
He's
It's
had
always
good
bad.
years.
I thought it was
Literally
This is
did
the first
good
time it
stuff.
was good, and then dude retired, so it's probably gonna be shit again.
All right. Let's get off it. Montgomery is a great price. Like, I think that's like one of my last running backs I'm on, and then we got some hopefuls here. All right, so round 6 for everyone's sake. 61 is Jadarian Price, Jaden Daniels, Travion Henderson, Carnell Tate, Byshell Tootin, Marvin Harrison, Christian Watson, Caleb Williams, Harold Fannin, Justin Herbert, Cortland Sutton, and George Kittle at 72.
I think I would be back in on running back at this round. Jadarian Price, as far as we know right now, obviously everything can change as soon as they sign someone, but he's going to get the shot at the number 1 workload here. Travion Henderson, same difference. I think he's going to get the good shot at number 1. Well, we'll see. I don't know if the coach, he's got a whole other thing to worry about, but if he's been thinking at all about Travion Henderson, he's probably going to get the number 1 workload. And then Bayshal Tootin, there's not anybody on that team that really is threatening to take that job. I'm kind of shocked that we're going into a season with Bayshal Tootin as a starting running back, but it's 2026 and here we are. So I think any of these guys, I would be back in on taking a running back in this round because I think any of these guys could easily be your running back 3 on your team, and you're getting him at a 6th-round price. I feel like that's great.
I think Price and Henderson are going before Montgomery and Swift in every draft, pretty much. I disagree with it personally because I feel like you're hoping on a lottery ticket or a half the season type thing, and hoping Charbonnet doesn't come back anytime soon. Because once Charbonnet comes back, it is completely ruined. You are not getting Jadarian Price for the playoffs, which is fine if you're just getting Jadarian Price to get you through the first few 8 weeks, 9 weeks. That's great. But like eventually Charbonnet will come back and ruin everything. Like we're going to go right back to what we had last year with Ken Walker and Charbonnet. And it's going to be terrible for both.
What if Jadarian Price is better than Zach Charbonnet?
He might be, and that's fine, but Charbonnet will still be there to gum up the process with 10
No, it'll gum up the process. But all the dude does is score touchdowns, which sucks. But, I don't know. I'm pretty high on Jadarian Price.
I think on Price because 10 weeks is great, man. That gives me a time to figure out what my replacement
than everyone else on Price.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Price is going late.
I think everybody thinks they're going to bring in a guy. Like, I seriously think everybody's they're going to bring in somebody.
I think it's actually
George Holani.
I don't think so either. But they're hyping it up to be that George Holani should get the first crack at this because he was on the team first. And it's like, bro, you spent a 1st-round pick on this dude. Like, you are not going to give George Holani a crack first before Jadarian Price. Like, maybe that's just where the depth chart adds up right now. Sure, fine. That's gonna change real quick when preseason starts. Or
if you're a head coach in the NFL and you start an undrafted running back over a 1st-round pick, you're fired. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's no.
I don't care if you just won a Super Bowl. Yeah,
especially you're defending a Super Bowl. You are trying to win. You are trying to put your flashiest pieces on the field. Tell me how Jadarian Price wouldn't be a flashier piece than George Holani or whatever else reserve running backs they have on this team. At the end of the day, it's Price. I love Price as a draft pick. I actually wouldn't mind going him above Swift or Montgomery, but Travion, man, that's what worries me. Now we all know he can do it. We all thought he was going to do it. When is he going to do it? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
He kind of did it, and then they were like, go fuck yourself.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I don't understand how you can't get this guy 10 touches a game at the very least. Like, at least Seattle does it the right way where it's like, all right, you guys all get to touch the ball 10 times. Like, and then it's over. But, like, at least
didn't Vrabel do that with Derrick Henry, too? Like, I can't remember his first year. I feel like.
Well, yeah, it was him and DeMarco Murray. He was technically running behind DeMarco at the time.
Yeah, but he just didn't give him.
Yeah, I feel like it was a pretty telling thing about the Patriots last season. Whenever they would get down in a football game, Ramondre would not touch the ball again for the rest of the game. It was only Henderson from there on out and Antonio Gibson. And I feel like we're going to be in a similar. last year they had the luxury of playing a shit schedule, so they were ahead in a lot of these games. So Ramondre could still see the field. This season is going to be a little tougher. It's not going to be quite as easy as they had it last season. So we could see these dogfights where I don't know if Ramondre is going to be able to be out there because they're not going to trust him to just, run out a game. Plus, Joe, I don't know if you saw this. Craig Reynolds is a New England Patriot.
Oh.
Yes.
So
yes.
There's always the Craig Reynolds factor for
cannot wait for the Craig Reynolds snipe, dude. It's going to be the best thing ever.
You know it's coming. It's going to be Christmas or Thanksgiving. You're going to be like, who the hell's 28 or whatever out there? Oh, it's Craig Reynolds, of course.
It's fucking Craig Reynolds, dude. I love that.
Just think Henderson's going to get more work this year because they're going to be in more dogfights of games rather than.
He did get a lot more carries at the end of the season too. It was feeling a little better. I don't remember if that was Stevenson being down or if they just finally were like, okay, maybe we should use Travion. I guess he was down for a little bit in the middle of the season. At some point, I feel like it is the Stevenson show, and I'd love for that to be this year. But I with Steven hanging out, the Henderson show, and Stevenson's hanging out there, I just feel like I just hate it. It's that little lingering thought. But at this value, it's amazing, and that's where you're fine with this dart throw at this point, because if it hits, you win. If it doesn't hit, I don't think it really kills your strategy at the end of the day. You can miss one shot. All right,
you're either getting your wide receiver 3 or your third running back, and I would argue that Henderson has more upside than a lot of these guys at this point.
I don't actually hate. I was going to get into someone else that I'm finally ranked lower than everyone else, but I want to talk about Marvin Harrison real quick. This is a perfect steal for a wide receiver dart throw as well. If you miss out on Travion, the dart throw for Marvin Harrison's fine here. We're well into the draft now. You're sitting here with your third wide receiver. You hopefully aren't even starting this person if you have a flex spot and you haven't gone QB tight end heavy. This is a great spot to add Marvin Harrison to your team and hope that we can finally see what he was promised to be, essentially, and what he was in college at the same time. But all right, anyway, let's talk about Carnell Tate. I have him 77. You guys have him at 57 and 61. Otherwise, he'd probably have made it into the next round. I don't really have any reason other than I feel like what happens is the number one wide receiver drafted every year is completely overhyped, and it could be the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4 being the best every year. So it's always so hard for me to rank a rookie. I felt like we overdrafted Marvin Harrison. I felt like, honestly, we overdrafted Genty. He did fine, but that could have easily flopped, dude. Genty's amazing, but that team was so bad. Grabbing a running back in the late first, early second to hope that he is good in the pros. Well, once again, it worked out. Marvin Harrison's did not. He was drafted in the third round, essentially, his rookie season. So I'm not reaching for him. You know what I mean? If he falls to me at the right time, I think I'll take him. I'll take him after some of these other guys. We get into the DK Metcalf conversation, then I'd feel a lot better about Tate over him for the hopefulness.
I just think he gets fed. That's my whole thing. I mean, the only thing standing between him and 130 targets is Calvin Ridley. And Calvin Ridley showed nothing of last year that he was going to do that. So, yeah, I think it's kind of wheels up for Carnell Tate. I do think Wandale is going to probably out-target him. But as far as big caliber plays and stuff, I think that's all Carnell Tate.
I agree with that. I'm also very confused why DK isn't going to get an opportunity. And maybe, I don't know, maybe Ridley's job is the one DK could be auditioning for. But I just man, I feel like he was so electric last season. And I know he was a lot as the kick returner, but even when he was on the field, it felt like, man, that guy's got something. He's got it. And we're not going to see it. And that's kind of disappointing.
He's what everyone wanted their person to be Tyreek Hill to be. And then they're like, no, we don't have him. He's not Tyreek Hill. Yeah. It's actually funny. I think we might have found mini Tyreek Hill, and people are like, nah. Because this wide receiver room is so busy. That's another reason why I'm just I don't really want to draft a Tennessee Titan wide receiver, much less one of 5. You know what I mean? We got Ayo Manor, DK, Calvin Ridley still hanging about, and then Wandale coming over to steal all the middle targets. Tate might actually just see 6 or 7 targets a game, at least early on. I don't think.
I just think Tennessee riot if it's not Ward to Tate most of the game, and then we go from there. If that's not who's the first person to get 10 targets, I know it's going to end up being Wandale because Cam Ward's going to panic and just dump it off. but like the play should be for Ward to be getting it to Tate 10 times a game. Like that has to be what the plan is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think Cam Ward's game sets up really nice for Carnell Tate. I mean, all those deep balls that they were missing on last year to those guys, give that to Carnell Tate. And I mean, Cam Ward is a huge arm, and I know that Carnell Tate isn't that fast, but he has a huge catch radius, and I think he can put up a lot of big plays.
We also need Cam Ward to be better.
That's true.
Well, yeah.
But hey, he showed some life.
So did Bryce Young.
Games, but
Yeah, but Bryce Young's going into his 4th year, not his 2nd. So.
That's fair enough.
And Bryce Young is way shorter. And
what they did with this wide receiver room, I love it for regular football. I kind of hate it for fantasy football though. Like I would have loved to see Tate on a team where we know he's getting 15 targets. Like I just selfishly, I think he'd be way higher if he wasn't on the Titans. But
the only other question I have about this round is like we now have our 5th tight end going. Well, 5th and 6th technically going. Is there any chance that actually happens? Like, is there any way that the 5th tight end is all the way in the 6th round of the draft? Because I just don't. Like, I saw how we did it, and it makes sense how we ranked, but it just feels like every draft I'm going to be in the 4th round, there's going to be this weird tight end run where it's going to be like, why the fuck is Fannin going in the 4th round? That doesn't make any sense.
I think the second tier of tight ends is Loveland, Warren, and Fannin, and they're all going within like 10 picks of each other. So as soon as Warren goes, then that starts the clock basically. And I was just talking about this with Joe, where it was like, I love being at the beginning of that run. Like I love being the guy who took Warren, not the guy who panic bought Fannin 2 rounds early or a round early. Like I think these rankings are great. Honestly, I think this is about where I break it because like Warren's like 15 below Loveland, and Loveland's like 10, 15 below Trey McBride, and then like they all kind of just clunk together here soon.
Yeah. Do kind of clunk together. I mean, there's just question marks on all these guys. Like, is Fannin still going to get the target share with all those guys? Kittle's coming back from the injury. Tucker Kraft has had 2 good games in his entire career, and someone has him as a tight end 3 for some fucking reason. And then, you got Sam Laporta and Kyle Pitts who are upside guys. But, I mean, this is kind of that tight end break where it's like,
deep tight end round, though. Like, I'm not worried about stretching and picking one. Like, if one falls into my lap, sure. Like, if Warren hits me in the 4th round and no one's really bid on that 2nd tier yet, yeah, maybe I'll be thinking about it. But I don't dude, panic buying a tight end to me. Like, dude, I'm sitting here like, I'll get Laporta 3 rounds later. I'm fine. Like, I'm not worried about I need this guy. Because I feel like Brock Bowers and even Loveland and Trey McBride are all levels ahead of everyone. And Loveland's is really mostly just hype-based. Like, we're hoping, right? Like, it looked great at the end of the year. And we're hoping that takes the leap forward even to be in that 1 and 2 category. So you're getting discount there if he does turn out to be in the tight end 2. Anyway, so on and so forth. People love filling out their roster, though, dude. If they get 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and they're like, I need a quarterback and a tight end, dude. Like, I don't even have my flex yet. I'll get that later. So just be aware, in the 6th round, dude, the QBs and tight ends are going to fly off the shelf. If they haven't already. Joe, I need to hear one more thing about this round before we move into the 7th.
Yeah.
What's going on with Caleb, bud? Like, did you just rank all your quarterbacks lower? It seems that way now that I'm looking at it.
Yeah. I always do this to us.
No. You have Trevor Lawrence 22 picks ahead of Caleb Williams. Explain to me that.
I'm quite high on Trevor Lawrence this year. I don't know, man. It's just 58% completion percentage, losing your all-pro center. It's scary to me.
Is it just kind of like is that like what you do when I'm like, oh no, the Eagles are going to lose this game? Like, is it like a reverse jinx type thing? If you put him low, he'll actually do good and outsee.
Maybe.
Or is
I don't know. I love
Caleb. What are you worried about?
I just it all, dude. I'm worried about it all.
Yeah. Like we've never had nice things before. I don't know what to do.
No, I'm worried about it all.
All right, are we good with getting to the 7th round of this one?
Reverse drinks. Yeah, 7th round.
All right, Jalen Warren 73, Tucker Kraft, DK Metcalf, Brian Thomas Jr., Trevor Lawrence, Jordan Tyson, Kyle Pitts, Dak Prescott, Sam Laporta, Chris Godwin, Tony Pollard, and Michael Wilson to round out.
I like this round.
I do too. Except for Josh hating Kyle Pitts.
What
Way
else is
lower.
I
know. I thought we were over this.
Yeah.
I thought we were over this, but
to me, I'm just like, all these other tight ends just make more sense. And I was kind of spacing my tight ends out pretty well, like 10 picks or so. It felt weird stashing them all at the same spot. But in reality, that's how they're drafted.
Just thought we were past that, so I was just like, well, okay, Josh isn't over it. Clearly, I thought we exercised those demons,
brought it back.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is actually just a good time to talk about like some of the values we're getting now. So the veterans kind of brushed right over Mike Evans a long time ago. I think we have him a lot higher because of Joe, naturally. But yeah, Chris Godwin, dude, like we're just putting all our eggs in our basket that is just a Mika Egbuka. Like this has always been a 2 wide receiver team, even before Baker got there, and then since Baker's been there. Someone else has got to catch the ball. I'd love for it to be Jalen McMillan and see him get 15 touchdowns or something crazy like that. But as it stands right now, Chris Godwin in the 7th round, an 80th pick of the draft, dude, like that is a freebie.
2 years removed from the injury, like yeah. Bring it on, dude. He could be the wide receiver 1 on this team. The McMillan threat, the Hurst threat, the Egbuka threat, they're all there, but Chris Godwin's actually shown it on this team, and he's had Baker as a quarterback before in a very similarly run offense because I didn't see that much difference going into last year.
It's actually funny. Yeah. We're finally going to see Chris Godwin or Mike Evans without the other because we were always kind of just like, what if it was just one of them? I feel like we've done that like every year. We're like, what if it was just Mike Evans? And it turns out when one of them is injured, which is very rare, the other one does exceedingly well. Unfortunately for us, we also now have an Emeka Egbuka in the mix, and understandably so. He's ranked way higher because of the youth. But Chris Godwin did it 2 years ago. Like he's not that far removed from a pretty great season. So
yeah, I did feel like Egbuka did better without Mike Evans. Like I just feel like that him naturally just taking his spot just kind of makes me feel like he's going to take what Mike Evans did. Now is he going to get to where the heights of Mike Evans? That's what remains to be seen, but I feel like I could bet on that maybe happening.
I just feel like the issue with this all is it's Baker, and he likes to spread the ball around. He doesn't play favorites. It hasn't seemed, at least in his career. There were times where he only really had one to throw to, but
other than Sterling Shepard,
he does like Sterling Shepard.
Hearing about these Baker Mayfield injuries last year, I'm like, okay, I'm back in on all these guys because if we can get him healthy, I didn't realize the extent that he was injured last year.
Yeah, I did say something about the Giants medical team being the worst, but I'm pretty sure the Bucs are, like, just all around.
Oh, 100%.
Someone needs to be fired if they weren't. I'm mad.
They are 100% the worst. In this round, Josh, we have both Jaylen Warren and Rico Dowdle. Me and Joe have Warren above Dowdle, but you have him flip-flopped. You have Dowdle ahead of Warren. What is your reasoning, just that Rico Dowdle is a better pure runner, or do you just think that he's going to get more work?
No, I think this team's going to be better, honestly. The Steelers, I don't think they're going to be playing catch-up ball as much. Now, I don't think they're going to win every game, but I don't think they're going to be down by 15, 20 points where they just have to throw the ball exceedingly. I think their running game is going to be a huge, which it should be because Rodgers is old as dirt, so you need a run game to get this pass game going. And they have great receivers now, too. I mean, they've only, like I say great, but they have good receivers outside of their one guy. Like, remember the game Metcalf got suspended for, and like Rodgers was just throwing ducks into the end zone to anyone, and no one could catch one. Like, this team, I think, is just going to be better as a whole. I think they make it back to the playoffs. I think Rodgers has his little last hurrah, maybe takes down one of the bigger teams in the playoffs as well. I don't know if he makes the Super Bowl run, but like, I think this team's going to be good, and I think Rico Dowdle is going to be a huge part of it. I think Jaylen Warren will still be great. I think he's more of like, I don't think you like want to start Jaylen Warren in fantasy football, like, because it's like, what if they aren't losing? Like, what if they're playing, I don't know, the Jaguars? They're playing the Jaguars. You're like, okay, they're probably going to lose this game, and then they're like, all of a sudden they're playing the Tennessee Titans, and you're like, well, I don't really want to start Jaylen Warren. But in any of those games, you'd be like, yeah, Rico Dowdle had 18 carries last week. I'm down. Let's run it back. This is the 16th best rush defense. Like, I ain't worried about it. Rico can get a touchdown at 80 yards.
It's true. I don't know, man. I've flip-flopped on these guys a bunch. I think I kind of settled as of right now as Jaylen Warren's the incumbent. Has some experience with Aaron Rodgers and everything. But Rico Dowdle and the Mike McCarthy connection is kind of steaming in the back of my mind too. So I don't think it's going to hurt you taking a shot on either of them, like Josh said.
He had 200 yards in back-to-back weeks too. It's hard for me not to like Rico Dowdle.
No, they ain't just
Do we
fucking tire burst.
do we know if Mike McCarthy's calling the plays, or is it the new guy they brought in from Minnesota? Joe, I know you're a coaching expert.
That's a great question.
I don't know.
Look at him! I stumped him. Look at him! I stumped him.
Stumped him.
The
Mike
offensive
McCarthy
coordinator
will call the offensive plays.
Okay, so that
Did you
I
ask
mean
AI?
that makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
Wow, he's not going to answer. Okay.
Oh, did I? Was I supposed to say something?
No, you asked him to use AI. Joe was like, maybe.
Oh no, I'm researching who this Brian Angelicho guy is.
All right. I want to talk about one more thing before we get
he's
out
in
of this
Minnesota.
round.
Yeah.
I don't care about offensive coordinators at the moment. I want to talk about how the hype for what is the Jacksonville Jaguars has every single player on it so fucking low. Like, I understand not knowing who's like the number one wide receiver or whatever, but like we have Tootin super low, we have Trevor Lawrence, and it's not us, it's everyone. Trevor Lawrence, Brian Thomas, Jacoby Myers, and Parker Washington, and everyone is shouting one of these people's names from the rooftops, whether it's the quarterback, running back, or one of these wide receivers. Everyone has an opinion on this team, but no one is willing to draft them before the 7th round. And I feel like that just says something in itself right there. Like, we don't fully trust this team. Not only we don't know who is going to be that dude, we don't know if there is going to be that dude. We've seen Trevor Lawrence flop. We've seen running backs flop in the system. Even Travis Etienne had his flop while playing in the system, and we know he's really good. And we've seen Brian Thomas flop. We've seen Jacoby Myers flop. Actually, honestly, Jacoby Myers has been pretty consistent his entire career. It was like 700, 800.
Do you want 10.2 points a game? Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's pretty consistent actually. But then Parker Washington
usable.
lovers are coming in, and he's going to be the best. And then somehow Travis Hunter's still going to be involved. I understand the confusion here, but like, how do we not have an agreement? And no one has an agreement of this dude is like a 5th round pick, and everyone's stupid for not picking him. Everyone's like, yeah, 7th, 8th is fine. I'll just pick one and hope that I'm right and say that I said it all. I knew it all along. Let's just say it. The Jaguars are one of those mid teams that can play really well sometimes.
Yeah, that offense was pretty cool last year, and that's why I'm so high on Trevor Lawrence, because it's just like the dude has all these guys that we're hyped about, but why not just draft Trevor Lawrence? And why not get the guy that runs 10 touchdowns in a game with it? It's, I don't know.
The answer to the
Jordan
question,
Love
Joe, is the answer to the question is just take the guy throwing the passes, not take the pass catchers.
Yeah. It's the
Especially
Jordan Love
with
argument.
the new running back coming in, or not so new, but anyway. Into the next what? I don't even know where we're at now. 9th round, 8th round,
Round 9.
8th round. 9?
I think.
8th round.
8th round. I was gonna say, yeah. The numbers switched me up, and I didn't write this down. So, all right. You said Rico Dowdle
Timekeeper has
earlier,
spoken.
but he is the start of the 8th round. Mekhi Lemon, Alec Pierce, Quentin Johnston, J.K. Dobbins, Ramondre Stevenson, Chuba Hubbard, Jordan Addison, Kyle Monangai, Wan'Dale Robinson, and Blake Corum. Oh, sorry, and Patrick Mahomes to finish out the 9th round. We have enough for 12th round, which is fun, or 10th round.
I'll just get my Alec Pierce thing out quick. There's just no way you pay him that much money if he's not going to get more involved than he was last season. I know we consider a lot of what he did last season just dumb luck, and sure, probably was. But there's just no way he gets paid that much money and isn't going to be an integral part of the offense and get a big boost in volume. Like, I get that Tyler Warren might have like maybe a higher or a better like floor of volume, but there's just no way we're not going to get Alex Pierce the ball. You don't trade away Michael Pittman and basically add not really anything for it not to be Alec Pierce. Like, I just feel like he should be going higher than this round. It's the only reason.
It's funny because you put him at the high number of 74, so you really believe that those targets are coming.
I mean, it's not like I put him in. I'm not going to say he's going to be in the top 20, but I mean,
I will say having Alec Pierce as the wide receiver 39 is pretty wild after that contract. Like, it's kind of like the Jalen Phillips thing, because if I was to put the edge rushers together, I think Jalen Phillips would be in my like 27th. It would just be like, yeah, you don't pay those contracts to guys who people aren't gonna. All right, anyway, I think it's funny because I think Alec Pierce and I think Joe at least had him somewhere. Who's the other guy? Oh, never mind. It's just Downs. Yeah, no, never mind. Downs. Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry. No. Joe had Downs somewhere. Yeah, I did delete him. That's my bad. I did see Downs in there, and I'm like, honestly, I'm like just as hopeful for Downs, like because I like at the end of the day, you can't scheme Alec Pierce open. He's got to beat the guy. Like there's no, especially with his route tree, like he's got to win, and if everyone's putting a safety on him, then someone else is going to catch the ball. And it's also like, is Daniel Jones healthy? Like this whole team is a clusterfuck to me outside of Jonathan Taylor. Tyler Warren's pretty cool too. I think that Pittman role slides right to him.
That's the biggest thing is that Daniel Jones got injured in December, tore his Achilles in December of last year. And it's like he's cleared for camp, but like how do you throw off of that? That was his planting foot too. And it's like, do we see Richardson? Do we see Leonard in there? Like what quarterback are we going to get? And then it's also the fact that I do think a lot of Alec Pierce was dumb luck last year. I'm happy he got paid, but I'm just low on this entire offense because of I don't know what's going on with Daniel Jones, and I don't know if even if he's healthy, if he can replicate what he did last year.
At this point, I'm actually not upset to see Anthony Richardson. I'd like to see if he still has anything. Like the whole injury saga that he had, the eye injury of the whatever weight band that he was playing with. Yeah. Does he have anything? Can he play in the National Football League somewhere else at the very least? Like
he got his eyes fixed. Which is
cool.
I've heard happen in golf before when people have gotten their eyes corrected and they turn into just phenomenal golfers after that. So
it does help.
Go Anthony Richardson.
Just saying.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't try to trade him away since they don't have a draft pick next year. Like it just makes sense to go. I mean, I'm not gonna say they're gonna get a first round. I'm not gonna make that mistake, but might be able to get a second, might be able to get a third. I mean, I feel like you should be able to at least try to get something for him. If he's just going to sit on the bench, but I don't know. What happened to Chris Ballard? Remember when he was like a really good GM and like we considered him like building these like really good football teams? This thing is built horribly, like just really, really bad. And I don't know why he went.
This was the team that could have used a Wandale, dude. Like, why didn't Wandale Robinson use this team? Like, this would have been the place.
Well, I would say he wants to win, but he probably just wants to play for his old coach. Because he's definitely not winning in Tennessee.
Not at least this year. I will say this is also, I don't know, I think we actually kind of skipped over Jordan Tyson, who was in the last round, but Mekhi Lemon's the kind of the last like rookie wide receiver outside of like super reaches. I like this. I mean, we're all kind of in agreement, 81, 85, 83. Like, why not, man? Like, this kind of dart throw. Michael Wilson is right here, but that's mainly because Joe hates him. But I think all the other wide receivers here, like Alec Pierce, Quentin Johnson, Jordan Addison, Wandale Robinson, why couldn't it be Mekhi Lemon as well? Like I don't have anyone over that I'm like, gotta be this guy over Mekhi Lemon. Like you're not paying a high price tag and you get the second wide receiver target, hopefully, on the Philadelphia Eagles. Like, it could be fun. And a lot of hatred going out towards Jalen Hurts right now. So like, he's just seething like, I'm gonna throw for 5,000 yards this season, just so everyone in the weight room. Lifting,
I just feel like he's too nonchalant for that. I don't feel like he's got that like I'm gonna go prove them all wrong. I think he's just like, well, dude,
that dude's got to be bipolar or something at the very least. Like he's got to be at home just like angry and has like a scream room or like a break room where he lets it all out and then he comes out.
Just seeing him smile is like a big feat. I feel like he didn't smile until they won the Super Bowl. Like that was the first time Jalen Hurts cracked a smile.
He even said someone actually said he could smile and he said not till it's over, and then I think he smiled after that. He don't smile. Anyway, sure. Any other person we want to talk about in this round?
No, I mean, we're considerably higher on Quentin Johnson than ADP states now. I know a lot of people are pretty hyped on Quentin Johnson, but again, we're going to talk about coach speak for a second. Mike McDaniel loves this dude. So could we see Quentin Johnson fully break out this year?
Absolutely. Barring a Keenan Allen signing, I don't see why not. Other than Trey Harris, who might have also that opportunity if McDaniel likes him, but
or Brendan Thompson.
Just get to see the field. Brendan Thompson too, but I mean we got some receivers here, and Quentin Johnson's probably not getting off the field at least early on. So unless he gets the yips again and can't catch, but he really has corrected that since his rookie year. So hopefully it's better.
Yeah, I think like this round is a good one to like steal players. Like Alec Pierce feels like you could steal him. Like I don't think anybody's thinking of him. I do feel like what you're saying about Quentin Johnson, same thing. And then another one that I think a lot of people are just brushing over is J.K. Dobbins. Like I get that RJ Harvey's younger, and I know that J.K. Dobbins got hurt yet again last season, but when he was healthy for Denver, he was easily the best player on this team, and he was good for at least 15 to 20 points per game. And that is really usable stuff. Now, again, it's one of those going to be great in the first half of the season, and then you're going to fall off a cliff once he gets hurt, guys. But hopefully by this round, you're not drafting a guy that you're planning to use week in and week out, you know?
Yeah. J.K. Dobbins kept my ship afloat last year in the league. So I am forever in debt to him for that.
No, this is kind of that last ditch effort at running back, man. Like, it's like, all right, I'm getting my fourth one. Hopefully I can get something out of him. Maybe a Charbonnet in this time too. I know we don't really have him ranked, at least highly enough to talk about.
Missing 10 weeks would be rough, man. Like,
if you got an IR and it's the 9th round, I will say this is actually the time where everyone's grabbing kickers and defensive players.
Well,
so you could grab him and JK.
If it's between like Wandale, who I know is going to have a really healthy target for, and Charbonnet, who's not going to play till November, like I'm not even thinking twice about that.
That's fair. I wasn't saying above these guys. I was talking about just around this time. Like, just this is the time where Sharp will start going, honestly. People are going to not know how long he's out for, too. People are just going to pick him because they see his name. Oh, yeah, he's the only guy there now. Ken Walker's on.
By August, we'll know, but we're drafting mid-July.
Yeah, let's do our last round plus, rounding out our 111 names that we got. I cut off 40 that Joe did by himself. Jaden Reed, Michael Pittman, Isaiah Likely, Jonathan Brooks at 100, Jackson Dart, Jake Ferguson, Jacoby Myers, Kenny Gainwell, Dalton Kincaid, Matt Stafford, Dallas Goedert, Xavier Worthy, Brock Purdy, Matthew Golden, and Tyler Algier. And honestly, I still love the value of all of these guys too. Like, still got some chances to hit some dart throws. Jonathan Brooks, I think, being the one where I'm the most excited about, just because, man, Dowdle did it to Chuba last year. Like, why couldn't it be Jonathan Brooks if he can come out and play? And honestly, he looked good in the limited rushes that he had in the Professional Football League. It was very limited.
It's been limited. Yeah, very limited.
He is now, at least should be fully healthy. I mean, it's been a year and a half since the injury, so.
He's probably a whole new person by this point, if we're being honest with you. He is kind of the biggest X factor.
3 kids.
At this. Yeah, exactly. He's kind of the biggest X factor at this round, because you're just like, one, he may win you a league. Like, he may come out and be, a top 40 guy. Or he's going to get hurt in the first 5 plays like Aaron Rodgers did that year for the Jets, and it's going to be like, well, this just might be Jonathan Brooks' story. And it's a sad story, but it's just the one we're dealt.
I hope not.
There is no possible way.
Yeah, dude.
This dude gets hurt
ACL
again.
A third time. God, dude, that's so brutal. Oh, I hate it for him. Anyway, my favorite person in this, and honestly in a lot of drafts, late rounds, Jaden Reed is someone I'm looking at, because I think everyone just assumes now with Dubs and Wicks gone that Christian Watson's just going to be the superhuman wide receiver and get 55 targets and never get injured and play the whole time and get 180 yards a game. But, like, I want to be realistic. Jaden Reed's the only one on this team who's gotten a 1,000-yard season. Like, why are we not looking at Jaden Reed as a person who actually has a capability to do this? Matthew Golden as well. He's later down the list as well. He could be that guy too. I mean, we saw a really shitty rookie season from him. He could have a huge breakout. There's no, like, floating in and out with Wicks and Dubs. So if all 3 of these guys play, like, I'm going to take Reed and Matthew Golden super late and not waste a 5th-round pick on Christian Watson. I know everyone's like, he's the breakout candidate. And I was like, I understand why. He's good. He cannot stay healthy. Like, we talk about injury prone. That is what injury prone actually is someone who gets injured every single year for a multiple week time.
It's the truth.
Yeah. It's very true.
I don't know. I totally agree with you on Reed. Very high on Reed. I'm a little upset you cut out my 50-some players, because I had some good ones in there that I would like to highlight, but I guess I'll pull out my Fantasy Pros rankings and we can talk about them.
You didn't save them anywhere else? You typed them into the doc?
Yeah, well, they're on Fantasy Pros.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Joe's
My apologies.
Professional ranker. Well, why Joe pulls that up, the one player you cut out that I had on here, the only other one that I had that you guys didn't, is Trey Tucker for the Raiders. I do feel like somebody's going to be the wide receiver 1 on this team, and I feel like you're going to get good value if we don't even have him. None of the two had him in the top 150, Like that means you can get him in the 15th round at least, and that's a potential wide receiver 1 on that football team. And it is going to be Kirk Cousins at least for a little while, and he's got to have to throw to somebody. I know it's going to be Bowers as the 1, but we don't know who the 2 is. And I would put all of my money on it being Trey Tucker as that 1 wide receiver there. So I think that guy is a guy you got to grab late. You have to grab him. Just that's a lottery ticket that I think you have a higher chance of winning than normal.
I like that one. Trey Tucker, man. This is the one year I'm not hyping him up, so this is the year he's going to do it.
I love it, Joe. The 1 year you're out, that's the year he's going to pop.
I think even Jalen Naylor, dude, like just the dart throw on it. Like someone's got to catch passes on this team outside of Brock Bowers. So I'm with it for anyone. Don't love, and honestly, Kirk Cousins can throw the ball. So at the end of the day, there's a possibility. I want to talk just one more thing. This is my last topic I'm going to bring up. And we talked so much shit on Bucky Irving and how like it's going to be a 60-40 split. And I see Kenny Gainwell way down here in the hundreds. And I just think that's funny. You guys both have Bucky in the 50s and you got Kenny Gainwell in the hundreds. If it's really going to be a 60-40 split, should he not be in the 70s, 80s? You're gonna get this guy in the 11th round and you're just gonna be like, yeah, man, 60-40 split all day.
You're not selling me on Irving.
I don't need to. You sold yourself by making a ranking and putting him at 50 spots ahead of the other guy.
Yeah.
Sell yourself.
I mean, there's a good chance
all the guys before him.
There's a good chance that
as a late round running back. Yes. Good point, Bill. Sorry to keep cutting you off there.
No, you're fine. It's just there's a good chance that neither of them are useful, and you just drafted Bucky that high, and he ends up being a lead brick on your team and sinks your ship.
Yeah, I'm just
don't
saying.
Worry, that only happened to me in every league last season, so that's why.
Sorry, Kenny Gainwell is going to get 900 yards and 50 catches, and he's going to finish as the 100th best fantasy player.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible.
I'd just take the shot at him. He's going late as hell, so that's where.
Oh, I don't actually hate the value. I'm just specifying what you guys went on a whole rant about.
All right.
I don't even believe it.
I'm gonna fast run this real quick because these are my guys late. So we're gonna go with Chigga. Nobody else. I mean, if Debo comes back, maybe that'll hurt into it, but he is in line for a ridiculous amount of targets in Washington's offense. Needs to be drafted higher than he is currently going. Rashid Shaheed, Cooper Kupp is dead, and this dude came over from the Saints halfway through the season last year. Darnold is going to a full offseason with him, and he should be the wide receiver too. He is going late as hell as well. And the other guy that I absolutely love picking is Jerry Jeudy because he is essentially going undrafted right now. And I'm going to assume that Deshaun Watson is going to run this. I'd like Casey Conception. I think he's going to be a good player, but I do not see it happening right away. And I think Denzel Boston's going to be mostly like a red zone threat right now. Jerry Jeudy, 2 years ago, when he first got to the Browns, looked absolutely fantastic. And we were like, oh, he's finally free from the Broncos. It's a great situation. He's going to operate as the wide receiver 1 going into this season. Now, if he holds that, that'll be up to what happens, but I like the idea of Jerry Jeudy winning that job. So later leagues, those guys need to be going early.
That was with Jameis Winston, though. This isn't Jameis Winston throwing the ball. No, it's Casey Conception is the last round wide receiver to add to your bench, just hoping that he turns into something. But really, I'm playing the Cleveland Browns free agency game. If I need a wide receiver, I'm just gonna let him sit there and then hope that I need one right now, and Casey Conception had 6-7 targets last game, and it's up from his 4 or 5 the last 2 games. So I don't know. It's the Cleveland Browns, dude. I'm actually I'm kind of excited just to see what we get, but at the same time, I'm not throwing any darts in any directions. Not planting my flag, as they say.
It's fair.
Okay.
I mean, he's going in the 16th round right now, and he could be the wide receiver 1. So. Thought we should talk about it.
The wide receiver 1 on the Browns, which is still the wide receiver 57th.
It's fine. Take it.
Last thing I have is that the 100th best player last season was Jordan Mason, and he had 800 yards. So Might be onto something, Josh. Maybe we should have
Okay.
been a little bit higher.
Hey, you should at least be like 90 then.
I went all the way and looked it up, and yes, Jordan Mason was the 100th
Is
best
that like
player.
100th best player like total, or are you adding
Total.
like taking QBs out of there? Okay, I was curious.
Well, yeah, you're right. Technically, QBs are out of that because
So that's like 100th best
There's
flex
no
player.
way to put that in. Yeah, 100th best flex player.
Okay, no, then you'd be about right because if you take all the quarterbacks out, you take out 11, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, 12 even. So he'd be up to like 85, 90, and with 900 yards.
Yeah.
All right,
So,
maybe you're on
Joe, maybe we're a little low. That's actually what the biggest takeaway here is. Maybe we're a little low on him.
I was wondering what you're doing. I thought you were just like
8th round, Kenny Gainwell.
Nope, I was like, you know what? Who did that last season? Let me see what they did, and let's see how close we're going to be with this. So you're right, Joe. We might be a little low on him. We should have put him in the 90s, maybe.
Should have.
God, I can't
got
wait
it.
for this. I can't wait for this. I can't wait to see it, guys.
For sure.
I'll move him up right now.
Anything else we want to touch on before we get out of here?
I think that's it. We gave him an hour and a half. I think that's good enough.
That was a good one.
Attacked. All right. Next week on the podcast, I think we have a new thing that we've never done before. It's called Dynasty House Hunters, and it is a preseason Dynasty buys podcast. How that's going to look, because we've never done it before, I don't know. But tune in and figure it out with us. Joe, get us out of here.
Good night.